What's up, Bomb Ass Moms? I'm Tierney.
I'm Erica.
And this is the Bomb Ass Moms podcast. What's up, girl?
What's up, girl? Been going on.
Oh my God, it's a lot.
Excuse my loudness in the back. My baby is in the back playing. Now, he was just quiet before I got on this podcast, and now he wants to make all type of noise. Sorry.
Well, y'all know we are 100% moms. We're on all the time. So you may hear our babies in the background, and it is what it is. But let me just say, don't forget to follow, subscribe, listen to us on all platforms. Bomb Ass Moms Podcast. You can follow us on IG, Facebook, and YouTube. We want y'all watching us too. We don't have the video, but you can listen. For all the people that don't have podcast streaming on your phone, you can hit us up on YouTube. Anyway, girl, what are we talking about today?
All right, girl. So we're going to be talking about these relationships that don't bring value in your life. Girl, that's strong. That is strong.
It is.
Think about people and relationships that you've had in the past and the ones that you've let go. Oh, girl, I can shout.
Well, I'll tell you now, I've let friends go. I've let boyfriends go. I've let family members go. It is what it is. If you don't bring peace to my life, I got to cut that cord.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's true. You know what? Relationships that don't bring value. One thing about me, let me just talk about myself. Let me talk about me for a second and how I am in a relationship. One thing about me, when I'm in any relationships, I'm 100%. And I feel like the person should be the same with me. I'm one of the people in the relationship, I like to give chances, even though I feel like some chances are not meant to be given.
Erica, it sounds like you're a very forgiving person. And I wish I was more forgiving, but I'm not. I'm like, hell no. Baby, I cut the cord, like, for real. Now, I feel like it's certain things for me that I do not tolerate. And it depends on what you do. But I am one of those people that I will cut the cord and don't look back. I do not care. You mistreat me, you lie on me, things that if you're supposed to be my friend, you're supposed to be my partner. Like, there's things that I do not tolerate. Now, I will say this. When you're in a relationship such as mine, as far as, Chris and I, we have children, there are more things that I tolerate now that if we didn't have any ties like that, baby, I'm cutting your ass off. Seriously, like, for real, in my last relationship, just relationship, not friends, in my last relationship, I always told whoever I was with, hey, do not lie to me. Because one, that will damage my trust that I have for you. Mm-hmm. I can always love you, but when that trust is damaged, it's hard to come back from that, especially with me. And that goes back, my history, my issues with my mom. So I had issues with trust. And I always gave people the chance, So it's like, okay, I'll give you 100% my trust, but when you break that, it's done. I can't trust you. I'll be thinking that you're doing whatever, and you lie once, baby, you'll lie again. That's my mindset, and it's hard to forgive people if I say, hey, don't break my trust, and you go ahead and do it.
Yeah. I think me being so forgiving comes from, that is just instilled from, like, my mom. I always just tell me, forgive everybody, regardless of the fact that if they, do wrong, whatever, you're supposed to forgive them. And I believe in karma, and I believe in the saying when they say you reap what you sow. So if you sow something good with somebody, you'll get back good. If you sow bad, you're going to get back what you get.
That's true, but that does not mean that I have to deal with that person. Like, I'm like this, and my grandma was like that too. To be honest, she was like, you should forgive. For years and years and years, she told me, you need to forgive your mom. And I had it in my mind, like, yes, I do forgive her. I'm just choosing not to allow her into my life. Now, that was when she started to try.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have my doors open. I had a guard up. You know what I'm saying? And I had that type of relationship with other people as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just one of those people like, hey, I will let you in, but if you mess up, that's it. You know, so it's kind of hard for me, in a sense, like I do forgive, but I won't forget, and that's just it because I gave you a chance. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not hard. It's hard for me to constantly have someone like that around me or in my life that I know have wronged me.
So, where do you feel that you, and because we've talked about this in previous episodes, your biological mom, where do you feel that you and her stand as today? Do you feel that the relationship has grown a little bit better?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we have grown. Like I answer the phone for her now. We have small conversations. They're simple, but we have conversations. Sometimes I even call her. You know, I know that she like to see her grandchildren. I call her. I let her see them. Like I was never going to be a person that was going to oppose her seeing her grandchildren or spending time with them. I'm not like that at all. But like sometimes, no lie, she would call and I didn't answer because I didn't feel like it. But now it's gotten better where like, you know, I know she finds some type of joy in being there for her grandchildren and being able to see them and talk to them on video. So I allow that. Like even when she's talking to me, we have conversations now. They just may be simple, but we do. And I feel like I am trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Even some of the BS that she does, I still try. And I think that I am getting better with those things. Like, not just saying, like, oh, you messed up this one time. I'm done. Don't worry about it. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not talking to you and shutting her out. Like, I think I've gotten past where, like, if she does little small things that, okay, whatever, you are who you are. That's what I have accepted more, that she's a type of person and to look over some of the things that she does. That's what I'll say. Like,
Right.
I can't hold everything against her. Like, when
Mm-hmm.
you know somebody, and sometimes they're not going to change, and you just got to accept them for who they are and understand how you're going to interact with them. So, I feel like we will never have like a deep relationship, but you know, we got to start somewhere. Like, my grandmother is gone, and I know she wanted us to have a relationship. I just think that Robin wasn't at that level where she could have a good relationship with me, and I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't at a level where I was open enough to allow a relationship with her.
Well, that's big of you, Tierney, because at least it's a try. At least you are trying. You know, sometimes you have people out here that just cut throat. Like, you didn't help raise me. You didn't, you wasn't there for me like you should have. They just completely cut you out. They don't even try. I have a relationship exactly like that with my dad, but as I mentioned, I think in previous episodes, or I don't even think if I ever even touched on this, but I'm touching on it today. So I haven't talked to my dad before this year. I think it's been probably like 7 or 8 years before me and him had spoke. I was probably in my early 20s, and me and him got into it. And, me having that young mind, okay, look, you weren't there for me. I ain't got to listen to you, whatever the case may be. It was all about what can you do for me now. So I always looked at him like, you never helped my mom. Like, I looked at him as like, you owed me something
Mm-hmm.
in my 20s mind. Now, even though I'm an adult, but I only looked at him as like, you owed me something. So that was the only reason why I wanted to why I even gave the chance over thought of having a relationship with him. Because growing up, I knew of him, but I've never had a relationship with him. And all I knew is my mom, just like, this your dad. So I was excited because, a girl always wants their dad. At least I wanted to have that type of relationship. well, tried to start having a better relationship with him, but of course it didn't work out. Now, fast forward to the age I am now in 2023, I decided to call my dad. I think it was back in the end of January, early February. First time talking to my dad, like I said, within 7, 8 years. And this time talking to him, it was a mutual understanding for me because I looked at him like, okay, I know what you stand for. You're my dad. It's not that I'm looking for any answers or anything like that from you, because I know that if me and you have these conversations, it's not going to go in the way that I want it to go. And for me, I just want you to be honest. And if I've allowed you to, if I allowed you on several occasions to give me the truth and you have not gave me the truth, then I'd rather for you to keep it. So talking to him this time was more so of just an opening door for me and him to have a better relationship for the future. And by me having a new baby, I wanted him to also know that he had another grandchild. And don't get me wrong, I do have other siblings that feel totally opposite of how I feel. They are just like, whatever, okay, that's your business. But yeah, I mean, the relationship now is kind of like it started off a little bit good, and then here we are back again. I haven't talked to him in a few months, but is it surprising? No.
That sounds like, you have given him an opportunity that he does not take. So what are your next steps? Like, are you going to, like, what type of value does he bring to your life?
He doesn't bring any value. But it's like one of those things hearing it with him. He is my parent. I'm going to say that. If it wasn't for him or my mom, I wouldn't be here. So I think, to be honest, that's the only reason, that I feel like he really has a lifeline with me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, when I think about people that don't or do bring value to my life, I feel like, I try to keep them or I don't. If you don't bring any value to my life, then it's like, whatever, I don't care. And some people look at that as like you're able to throw me out like garbage. And to be honest, to me, I have said this before, I think that's a flawed trait to just throw away people like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I also look at it like, hey, you wronged me. So no, I can't let you back into my life like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that for me to forgive somebody, it takes a long time. And when I say like forgive, that means like not having a gate up, having you back into my life how you used to be, because me, there are kind of like stages for me in my forgiveness. Like if you've wronged me, okay, let me see how you're going to act toward me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you going to put in any effort to better our relationship? If you're not, then I'm not, and I don't care if we talk or not. That's up to you. So first I have to see your effort. I have to see that you actually want this relationship to work. This friendship, relationship, whatever it is.
Right.
And if you're not doing that, there's no two-way street. It's only a one-way because you messed up, So that's one thing. And then after I see the effort, then maybe I'll try a little bit, but it's still going to take me a long time to like have things repaired where we're like back on track, like nothing ever happened. And for me, it can be years. And that's just like simple relationships,
I think my boiling point with letting go of a relationship to me that doesn't bring value to me is if I have someone that treat me like I treat you. That means if I don't care if me and you have had an issue, we've talked about the issue, we move past the issue. I'm trying to move forward in our relationship to keep it going how it was before. And I feel like that I'm putting in all the work and you're not putting in anything, now I gotta let you go. Cause again, I'm a very forgiving person. I can move forward. I can move whatever way that you want to move. But if I feel that the way that I'm moving and you moving in another direction, now I have to call it quits. Cause I don't feel like I ain't gonna chase nobody. I feel like the phone works two ways. It shouldn't be me calling you. We should call each other.
That's true.
So I just I mean that's like my boiling point to just letting people go.
Well,
Just,
but okay, hold up, Erica. That's saying if someone did something wrong to you or if you did something wrong to them.
I mean, it can really be either or. I get everybody forgives differently. That's what I'm gonna say. Everybody, and sometimes it takes more time for others than it does. You like me. I guess it depends on the situation. Let me just say this. Now, if it's if it's some mess that you messing with my man or you doing some shady stuff, nah, I ain't finna have no kind of conversation, no forgiveness, no nothing. It's gonna have to be Jesus himself that's gonna have to sit me down and have a conversation with me because me and you, it ain't finna be a not. But if it's something that I know, like me and you got into it over something I said or something I did, I'd rather for you to come to me, let me know, because again, it couldn't have been, it may not have been my intentions to hurt you or to do whatever. And if you know that, and the way that you was moving when me and you was into it or whatever the case may be, and if we just can't get past that, but it's vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, if people don't bring value to my life, then I don't really care about cutting them off. That's just me. But, I think I've always been like that. I've been like that since I can remember. And I think that I'm not going to change, but I do allow a little grace for certain people. And I'll say that, yeah, I allow grace for certain people, but not everybody. Because, to be honest, I don't need a lot of friends.
So, I got to ask you, how does my Virgo twin? Because we be some forgiving people. So is Chris anything like me when I try to find the goodness of people?
Girl, yes he is. Baby, he got friends that owe him money and he's still friends with them. First of all, nah, you owe me. Because, hey, I'm sorry, y'all. My man, he big money. He be loaning out money, like money.
Oh, no. And you said,
you
still talking to these people?
Baby, they can call and ask for another loan and he'll say, okay.
Oh, what?
But the Lord, let me tell you, the Lord is going to bless him. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Okay, I'm halfway joking. I'm halfway joking, but I'm for real. Like, Chris,
you ever be forever blessed.
He is such a forgiving person. There's only one person in his life that I know that he has not forgiven, and that's his story to tell, not mine. But anybody else, like, I don't know anybody that has wronged him that he hasn't forgiven, that he wouldn't be like, hey, what's up? Yeah. Me? I ain't speaking to that. Boop, boop. No.
I think that's
now y'all know. Look, y'all know I'm halfway saved. I'm trying.
Yes. Keep trying now. But you know what?
We gotta start somewhere.
You gotta start somewhere, honey. But look, you got somebody that's balancing you out. So when you indifferent about something, I'm sure he gonna try to tell you, well, this, and this, and that.
Girl, that's my person. I go to Chris and ask him, hey, boo, how do I say this? Like, I'm trying to say something right. Look at this text message for me and tell me a different way to think about it. Because you know me, I'm off the dome. Like, I think of it like, oh my God, no, they didn't. But I have I've gotten to a point where it's like, okay, let me take time before I respond and get another mind to think about things, because I know that I'm not always right. I know that. So for me not to be so hot headed, I kind of counsel Chris and be like, "Hey, boo, help me," or "What do you think I should say?" or "What does this mean to you?" Like, help me out. Like, I think that's the best thing that has happened for me. Cause, woo, Lord Jesus, I had to pray a lot about certain things to say to people, or I have gotten to a point where I don't say anything at all. Like, when your parents say, if you don't have anything to say nice, don't
Not
say
saying it all,
anything.
girl.
That's
Not
me.
saying it.
That's me. If you don't get a response from me, be
Baby, you
blessed.
hold look, you holding your peace and letting the Lord fight your battle.
Oh, girl, you just said it. Yep. That's me.
You know it, baby. You know it. But you know what? People, and I think a lot of people look, and I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm the ray of sunshine in my department, because a lot of times when my coworkers, it's funny that you said it about Chris, because my coworkers, they come to me. They be like, Erica, well, before I go and and then I have to listen to they spiel. I'm like, well, did you think of it like this? Or do you think that, that person meant that? You know what, Erica? Thank you. Because I never thought of it that way. I've been up here just upset and, didn't even think of it as in the way that you put it. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes we just have to check ourselves.
Or sometimes we just need people like you to help us. Okay? I be needing help. And for me to be a better person, I go to the people that I know can help me.
Right. And you should. That's a good point.
Yeah, cause girl, you know how I can be. I think most people that know me, that really know me, now people be like, "Oh, girl, you nice, you cool, you funny." But if you get on that certain side, you will know that, like, hey, I'm a no BS type of person. Don't do me like that, because I would never do you like that. And I think the most loyal people are like that. Not saying that you're not loyal, but we deal with things differently.
Yeah. Well, Tierney, you definitely have that facial expression when people first see you. Like, look, don't F with me. What's up?
I got the RBF.
Yeah, girl, you definitely got it. Like my cousin, you ain't gonna know Amber, baby. Let me tell you,
She does though, but she's so nice. It's not.
Yeah.
She not even
Shout out to
like
my
it.
cousin, though. Shout out to my cousin, but she ain't no BS. Do you hear me? You probably walk up to her, and she gonna come into the room, but she don't know you. It's gonna be a hey. And she gonna walk on past you. And then, when you get to know her, because you probably gonna be like, what the hell is this? Think she all that? And here go my bub ass. Hey, how you doing? I want to know everybody. Shit. Everybody ain't meant to be known.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But anyway.
So, how do you know when to let a relationship go that doesn't bring value to you? How do you know?
For me, I feel that a relationship also will die down. I feel like a relationship will die down on its own. And if I feel like me and you, we don't speak, we don't have any communication or anything like that, I just kind of just let it go, step back and let it be what it be. I can still, even though I let a relationship go, I still can be cordial with you. If I see you, I still can speak. It's a hey and a bye, but I ain't got to have no conversation. Like
Yeah,
under no circumstances.
that's true. I think that, me, how do I know when to let it go? Like, if it's too much a hassle and they really don't do anything like that brings value to my life, then it's easy. But I guess for people, when they do bring value to my life, we have a valuable relationship. It's a little harder to let go, and I think you let a lot of things like happen before you're able to like just be done with the relationship. That's for me, because I think that sometimes you get to a point where people, like I said before, you just know them, so you just, you allow certain things. But when it gets to a point, like, you just like, oh my God, you're giving me a headache, our relationship is too hard, and you gotta walk away.
Exactly. I feel like this why keep a relationship on your brain when you ain't on his.
Hey, that's true.
Because I mean, if they felt strongly how you felt, then y'all wouldn't be in a pickle. Like I wouldn't have to keep thinking about or questioning or why, what are we doing and all that. If I got to question everything in our relationship, then it's most definitely a check off. Again, like I said, just because I let relationships go, don't mean that I can't be cordial, whether it's family, friend, whatever. I'm still gonna be cordial to you. Hey, and bye. And that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. It take me a little while to be cordial again, and I'm not doing that off the bat.
Look, I'm on. Look, Lord, I pray this every night. I pray that I'm at the golden gates for all this forgiveness. For all this forgiveness, because baby, that's all I preach about. But my auntie do too. My auntie, she is big on that. When we was growing up, forgive. You're supposed to forgive this person. You're supposed to do so. So I guess that's why my friendly ass be doing it. But don't get me wrong. I don't want y'all to get this twisted because I do have another side. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with being forgiving. You know what I'm saying? God is forgiving.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with it. It just, for me, it take me a while, and I don't forgive everybody. It's just, it's not in me.
And it's not everybody. Unfortunately, I was just one. I ain't gonna say unfortunately. I was just one of the ones that can forgive. And
yeah, fortunately, you are.
Yeah,
fortunately, you are very fortunate to have that ability. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm trying to be a little bit more like you, not all the way now. Cause see, I feel like once you start forgiving people for certain things, then they just take advantage of you. And no, I'm not that type of person.
But I ain't gonna cut off my blessings. And I feel like if I'm not forgiving, if I'm not forgiving people, regardless of the situation, then I feel like I'm not fully getting my blessings. So no, I'm gonna forgive you and I'm gonna move on. And it is gonna be a good
thing. Move on. That's what it is. Move on.
I don't need you cutting off my supply. I want those blessings to keep coming in like they've been coming.
Well, y'all, we are going to close out this conversation. Me and Erica, we've talked. When do you let go of relationships that don't bring you value? That's what I want to know. And how do you do it? Because me, I just cut them off. Erica, she's forgiving. And, you need those two type of people in this world. Don't forget to follow, like, and listen to us on Bum Ass Moms Podcast. You can find us on IG, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Everywhere you listen, you can find us. Until next time.
Until next time.